Welcome to Alternatify, the channel where we delve into the fascinating depths of historical what-ifs. Today, we embark on an extraordinary journey, one that challenges our understanding of global power and destiny. Imagine a world where the Ottoman Empire, often dubbed the sick man of Europe, defied its historical trajectory. What if it modernized not slowly but early? The implications would ripple across continents, reshaping the very fabric of our reality. The seeds of this transformation were, in fact, sown in our own timeline. Sultan Selim III in the late 18th century initiated the Nizam-e-Sedid, or New Order, a bold attempt to reform the military and administration. He sought to adopt European military techniques and establish new disciplined units. This was a genuine effort to revitalize the empire. However, these early reforms met fierce resistance. The entrenched Janissaries, the empire's traditional elite infantry, saw their power threatened. External pressures from European rivals further destabilized Selim's reign, ultimately leading to his tragic downfall and the abandonment of his ambitious plans. The moment for early, decisive change was lost. Decades later, in the mid-19th century, the Tanzimat reforms emerged. These were sweeping changes, encompassing legal, educational, and infrastructural modernization. They aimed to centralize power, modernize the army, and introduce Western-style institutions. While significant, they were often piecemeal and faced continued internal and external obstacles. But what if the Tanzimat reforms, or even Selim III's earlier efforts, had been more successful? What if they had been faster, more unified, and met with less resistance? This is our pivotal moment, the what-if that fundamentally alters the course of history. In this alternative reality, the Ottoman Empire undergoes a profound military transformation. It develops a formidable modern army, equipped with advanced weaponry and trained in the latest European tactics. Meritocratic leadership replaces old patronage systems, fostering a highly professional and effective fighting force. This military prowess ensures its sovereignty and projects its influence. Economically, this early modernization turns the empire into a powerhouse. Industrialization takes root, with factories churning out goods across its vast territories. Extensive railway networks crisscross the empire, connecting distant provinces and facilitating trade. Controlling key trade routes, the Ottoman Empire becomes an indispensable hub of global commerce. Socially, the empire evolves dramatically. Early modernization fosters greater equality for non-Muslims and women, breaking down traditional barriers. This leads to a more diverse and tolerant society, where talent is recognized regardless of background. A thriving middle class emerges, driving innovation and cultural exchange. Yet even in this brighter vision, internal challenges persist. The very forces of modernization, particularly the rise of nationalism, could exacerbate tensions. Diverse cultural and religious groups, now more aware of their distinct identities, might clash. The empire's unity would be constantly tested by these powerful new ideologies. The relationship between this powerful Ottoman Empire and the European powers would be fundamentally altered. No longer the sick man of Europe, it stands as a formidable rival, a potential ally, or a major power broker. Its strength demands respect, forcing European nations to reconsider their imperial ambitions in the East. World War I, as we know it, might never have unfolded in the same way. A powerful Ottoman Empire could have remained neutral, or its strategic position, particularly controlling the Suez Canal, would have drastically altered naval movements and supply lines. The balance of power would be so different that the war's outcome, or even its very occurrence, becomes uncertain. The Middle East would be reshaped beyond recognition. The infamous Sykes-Picot Agreement, which carved up the region into spheres of influence, would likely be prevented. The Ottoman Empire would maintain control over its historical territories, fostering a different regional order. Its borders would be largely intact, preventing the arbitrary divisions that fueled future conflicts. Many conflicts that plagued our timeline might be averted or significantly altered. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict, the Iran-Iraq war, and even the rise of extremist groups like ISIS could have entirely different trajectories. A stable, modernized Ottoman presence would have provided a different framework for regional development and identity. Furthermore, this strong Ottoman Empire could emerge as a powerful anti-colonial force. It might actively support independence movements in North Africa and Asia, challenging European dominance. Its own success would serve as a model for other non-Western nations seeking self-determination. This would lead to a more equitable and less exploitative global order. The unchecked expansion of European empires would face a significant counterweight. The world would be less Eurocentric, with multiple centers of power and influence. This shift would redefine international relations for centuries. Even the Cold War dynamics would be different. A strong Ottoman Empire could emerge as a key Western ally, bolstering NATO's southern flank. Alternatively, it might choose a path of neutrality, becoming a non-aligned power. Or it could even present a unique challenge to the Soviet Union, creating a multipolar world far earlier than in our history. However, modernization is not a panacea. The very forces that strengthen the empire could also lead to its undoing. Internal conflicts, fueled by rising nationalism, might be exacerbated. While some groups might find greater equality, others could face increased oppression. The potential for brutal clashes between different ethnic and religious groups, perhaps even a more devastating version of the Armenian genocide, remains a chilling possibility. Strong leadership and centralized control, necessary for rapid modernization, could easily lead to the rise of authoritarianism. The suppression of dissent and limited individual freedoms might become the norm. The pursuit of national strength could overshadow the rights of its citizens, creating a powerful but oppressive state. Economic inequality could also become a significant problem. While the empire as a whole prospers, the benefits might disproportionately accrue to a select elite. This could lead to widespread poverty and social unrest among the masses. The gap between the rich and the poor might widen, creating new forms of class struggle. Industrialization, while bringing wealth, would also cause significant environmental degradation. Pollution from factories, widespread deforestation for resources, and the depletion of natural resources would scar the landscape. The pursuit of progress would come at a heavy ecological cost, impacting future generations. It is crucial to remember that this modernized Ottoman Empire would not be a utopia. While it avoids some of the pitfalls of our timeline, it would undoubtedly face its own unique and significant problems. Modernization in any form brings both progress and new challenges. In this reimagined world, we would witness a more diverse and interconnected global landscape. The balance of global power would be far more distributed, with multiple influential players. The narrative of Western dominance would be challenged, leading to a richer tapestry of international relations. The Middle East, instead of being a hotbed of conflict, might be a region of relative stability and prosperity. With maintained Ottoman control and a different historical trajectory, there could be less conflict and more cooperation among its diverse peoples. The region's vast resources could be harnessed for internal development rather than external exploitation. Colonialism, as we know it, would be significantly curtailed. The presence of a strong, independent Ottoman Empire would deter European expansion in many regions. This would lead to a more equitable global order, but as we've discussed, it would also introduce new challenges like potential authoritarianism and environmental issues. The world would be different, not necessarily perfect. Beyond the grand geopolitical shifts, consider the individual stories. Imagine a young woman engineer, breaking barriers in a modern Ottoman school, her intellect and ambition nurtured by a progressive society. She designs the next generation of steam engines, or perhaps even early electric grids powering the empire's growth. Her life, in our timeline, might have been confined to traditional roles. Picture a merchant, his face beaming, thriving on the newly built railways. He transports goods from Anatolia to Cairo, from Baghdad to Vienna, connecting cultures and boosting trade. His enterprise fuels the empire's economic engine, creating wealth and opportunity for countless others. His success is a testament to the empire's interconnectedness. And then there is the soldier. He stands tall in a modern Ottoman army, embodying patriotism and discipline. He might be a hero, defending the empire's borders against external threats. Or, tragically, he could become a victim of war, caught in the inevitable conflicts that even a modernized empire cannot escape. His story, like all others, is shaped by this new reality. The what-if of an early modernized Ottoman Empire is a complex tapestry of possibilities. It's a story of resilience, ambition, and the unpredictable nature of history. It reminds us that the past was not inevitable, and that small changes can lead to monumental shifts. The world we know is just one of countless possibilities. What do you think? How else might this alternative history have unfolded? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. If this journey through a reimagined past intrigued you, please like this video, share it with fellow history enthusiasts, and subscribe to Alternatify for more explorations into the worlds we never knew.